Hey Taurus, I hope you guys are doing great. This is going to be your general love reading for May 1st through the 15th. We'll take a look at some of the overall energy that's surrounding you guys over the next couple of weeks. Then we'll dive into your energy, the energy of the person that's surrounding you, maybe the one that's on your mind, any obstacles, challenges, or what might be hidden from you, advice from spirit, and your potential outcome. And then we'll wrap up by pulling one last oracle card to see if there are any final messages from spirit. I do like to get all of the cards out before I start reading, so if you want to skip the card pull and go straight to the messages, go ahead and click the link in the description box below. Outside of that, let's go ahead and get started. So pulling the first oracle card for the overall energy around you right now, we have compromise. Let's go ahead and pull another oracle card for you. See what we have. And we have blue moon, believe in the impossible. And one last oracle card for the overall energy surrounding you guys right now. Okay, we have three that came out. So we have very soon, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. We have deception. Someone is wearing a false self-mask in this relationship. And we also have religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. So we'll see how those tie in, but let's pull some tarot cards for you and start with the energy of the Taurus collective. See how Taurus is feeling right now. We have the King of Wands in reverse. For the energy of the person that's surrounding you, maybe the one that's on your mind, we have three cards that came out. We have the King of Swords in reverse. We have the Knave of Wands in reverse. And we have the Knight of Wands in reverse. Okay, so it feels like a lot of stuck energy that's happening with your person. So let's look at the challenges, obstacles, and what might currently be hidden from you. We have the Knave of Swords upright. For advice from spirit, and obviously they have a lot they want to say to you, we have the World, we have Judgment, and we also have the Four of Chalices. And so let's take one last peek at the potential outcome for you. We have the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so let's grab another tarot deck and see if we can clarify these messages a little bit further. Starting again with your current energy, and we have the Two of Wands. For the energy of the person around you, we have the Nine of Swords in reverse. Challenges, obstacles, and what's hidden, we have the Seven of Coins in reverse. For advice from spirit, we have two. We have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, and we also have the Queen of Wands in reverse. And for your potential outcome, let's see what we have for my Taurus collective. We have the Fool in reverse. All right, so I'm going to grab some oracle cards and get final messages before we get into it. For your current energy, we have Boat. For the energy of the person around you, we have the Snake. Okay, we have one that flipped over. For the challenges, obstacles, and what's hidden, we have Passion. For advice from spirit, we have karmic relationship. And for your potential outcome, we have twin flames, and we also have the golden mirror. All right, Taurus collective, let's get into this. So looking at your overall energy that's surrounding this, we have compromise, we have believe in the impossible, very soon, deception, and religious factors. So it feels very much like there's a situation where in terms of love and romance, it almost feels as though you have sort of bent until you broke, is what I'm hearing, and that you have sort of let go of those core things that you want from a person. And that might come in the form of sort of letting go of some of your beliefs, or letting go of some of those things that are super important to you, those core values that that make you who you are, it almost feels as though you've dampened those a little bit, in order to sort of try and make something work, making something fit that normally wouldn't. And quite frankly, it feels like it shouldn't be a fit because you're not being true to yourself. But what I'm hearing is that there's going to come a point very soon that you need to make the decision on what it is that you truly want, who it is that you truly are, so that you're able to bring in that person that's truly right for you, that person who gives you everything that you need and that you are able to sort of give your authentic self to as well. So, looking at your current energy with the King of Wands in reverse, the Two of Wands, and Boat, receiving what you need, progression, arriving, moving on, and closure issues, it feels as though the situation that you're currently in feels a little dead, right? And you're at a point where you're trying to make a decision on whether or not this is something that you need to stick with or if this is something that you need to choose to move on from. But it feels like a very stagnant, very blah type of energy surrounding this. Looking at the person that may be on your mind or whoever's around you, we have the King of Swords in reverse, the Knave of Wands in reverse, the Knight of Wands in reverse, the Nine of Swords in reverse, and we also have the Snake. Competition, enemy, clever, malicious, look over your shoulder, the other woman. This person is not, it doesn't seem as though they have any excitement, any passion for this interaction between the two of you. It doesn't seem as though they feel that there's a great deal of compatibility. And while they may have been kind of sort of trying to put in a little bit of effort in, it feels very much like the energy over here where it's just kind of like, it's whatever. And so it almost feels as though they're so not invested in whatever is happening now that they're keeping their options open. They're, while they may not have necessarily communicated this to you, it feels very much as though they are keeping their eyes open for someone, something else. They may already be at the point where they're exploring those options, but at a minimum, they're looking to see what else is out there because they're no longer invested in anything with you. For the challenges, obstacles, and what's hidden, we have the Knave of Swords, we have the Seven of Coins in reverse, and we also have passion. Insane chemistry, like each other equally, having fun. This is not a good time for you, Taurus collective. Not even a little bit. We have the Page of Swords, which is, sort of the, you know, it's watching, it's waiting, it's trying to see what's going to happen. But I think that there's a growing impatience here, right? With the Seven of Coins in reverse, it's no longer a situation where you're planting those seeds and, waiting to sort of see what's happening. And what's missing right now is the chemistry. Like it doesn't feel as though there's a connection between the two of you. And, the prospect, the thought of sort of sitting by and waiting to see if things are going to change is like, should I, shouldn't I don't know. I don't think that I should. So, advice from Spirit, we have the World, we have Judgment, we have the Four of Chalices, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, the Queen of Wands in reverse, and we have Karmic Relationship. And so with these cards, it really feels as though Spirit is saying that it may be time for you to make a decision on whether or not this situation comes to an end. Like there's a decision that needs to be made. This could be the completion of a cycle if you allow it to be that. And, I think that with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse and the Queen of Wands in reverse, if you don't look at this from a sort of non-emotional point of view, then nothing's going to change. It's going to keep being this same cycle of boredom. There's not going to be a fresh start for you. But you really need to sort of look at what it is that you want and what it is that you're being offered. And I think that if you do that bit of introspection, you're going to find that the offer that you're being given is not something that you particularly want. It's kind of like you're knocking the cup over like, I really don't want that. I don't think that that's what I have a taste for right now. And so with the karmic relationship, fleeting, triggers, turmoil, resentment, lessons, letting go, and loving you, Spirit is saying that, while this person may not necessarily be an absolutely horrible person, they're not your person. And this relationship was brought into your life perhaps to teach you valuable lessons about what compromise is and what compromise isn't. And not bending over backwards for something that's not being reciprocated, for something that's not fulfilling. It's making sure that you remain in relationships, in the courtship phase, when you're married, remaining your authentic self. So maybe this person was brought in to teach you that. But until you recognize the lesson that you need to learn from this, you're not going to be able to move on and change things for the better. So looking at your potential outcome, we have the Ten of Pentacles, we have the Fool in reverse, we have twin flames, yin yang, zen, balance, union, duality, coupling, complementing each other. And we also have the golden mirror, self-absorbed, narcissist, one-sided relationship, and love bombing. So with these cards, it really feels as though what's going to end up happening is that you are not going to sort of continue with this person. You're not going to sort of take a leap. I don't feel much action being taken towards this situation right here. I think that you're going to reevaluate what it is that you're offering and what it is that you are willing to receive. And you'll find that, perhaps this situation, the way that it started off was, very intense. And then that spark feels like it fizzled out. But this was a lesson. This was a lesson for you in understanding what your sort of true twin flame is. And I don't necessarily like that term a lot, but the message on the oracle card is about finding that person that balances you, that person that complements you. And I think that by going through this experience with the golden mirror, you'll understand that this person was not it. And what you're going to do is not sort of continue blindly down on this path, but reevaluate what it is that you're looking for, who it is that you want to be, and how you show up in relationships. And what you'll find is that moving forward, you'll be a little bit more cautious and you'll find that stability, you'll find that reciprocity that it is you're looking for out of a relationship. So I'm going to go ahead and pull one last oracle card for you and see what last message Spirit has for you. And we have one that flipped out across the table. And what we have for you is become a clear channel. So I feel like with this card, Spirit is really saying, okay, you're in a place it's not sparking joy. It's not inciting any passion. It feels very bored, right? And you're tired of waiting for what it is that you want. But remember, the overall energy with very soon is that you need to clearly decide what it is that you want out of a partnership, out of a relationship, so that the universe can bring it towards you. And I think that part of that process for you is doing that evaluation, but also making sure that you show up very clearly. Your authentic self, the person that you want to fall in love with. Who is that person? Make sure that you are extraordinarily clear on both of those things and let that come into you. So, Taurus, I'm going to leave it there for you. I hope that this was helpful and I hope that it resonated with you somehow. If it did, make sure to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss out on any future readings. In the meanwhile, stay safe, stay healthy, and I am sending you all huge hugs.